We won't wait. We won't run.
We'll do it ourselves. We are #DIY Africa.
Civic Tech and media innovation are ones of activists and digital innovators who are using these new technologies to address a wide range of societal issues.
We have invested particularly at Luminate on two types of technologies: those that enable governments to serve people better, and technologies that empower people to have a voice in decision-making and to hold governments to account.
The overarching monolith of capitalist structures have reduced somewhat because of the availability of new technologies.
If you think about different ways of governing data and technology, for example, could we have collectives? How can we have things that are more open source? Or how do we have collectives where groups of people own the data, for example?
For me, the beginning of trust starts with transparency. What we learned with our dashboard is that we needed to be open about who we were and what we were doing and why we were doing it.
Audiences found that it was very hard to take information because these days news organizations will give you everything all at once, a breaking news, just constant stream of information, and it's hard to make sense of that.
It's good to understand your audience, where they're located, what's their age, what devices. So understanding what platform your product is on will dictate what kind of metrics or the analytics you're going to look out.
We have all of these socioeconomic hindrances to evolving into a smart city and making sure that that is a democratic process where everyone has access.
And we really think that inclusive utility services such as energy, water, sanitation, waste management, and transport support urban resilience.
More than 17.6 million people across Africa have used the Change.org platform. Over the past 4 years, more than 90,000 petitions have been started across the continent.
Where these online campaigns hit on critical issues and really start to shape national consciousness and get citizens into spaces where they can start asking those critical questions.
There's a lot of demand for local African voices. Ultimately, audiences want a relationship that's much more than just payments.
We're also operating in an extraordinarily patriarchal society. So we may not appear to be big like the big media houses. That's not to say the impact is not happening.
Readers are becoming more and more accustomed to paying for stuff online, so paying for content in particular. Investing in quality journalism, in quality people is a key driver in all of that.
It is extremely important to still focus on why we're here in the first place. There's a reason why you decided to create this organization, the products or services.
Corruption is a huge problem in Africa, and it has been for a number of years. And why we think tech and innovation would be important is because it can start to introduce preventative measures and close systemic loopholes.
We really can make some bad choices if we're not talking to people. And if there's an idea from the startup world that you're not at risk of losing your idea by talking to people about it, because you're already ahead by having this idea and by having these conversations.
Able to use the network in terms of getting out our message and meeting like-minded organizations, individuals, people in the space.
They just said they really enjoyed how we've opened up that space.
Thank you for joining us. Visit our websites and social media platforms to continue the conversation.